Hi everyone, this is Jason from Metal Flesh. Today I'm going to try and rank the entire Manowar discography from Getting the Bin tier all the way up to From Here to Eternity. We're going to kick things off with 1982's Battle Hymns. This is the birth of Manowar mythos. It's raw, thunderous. The whole attitude is denim and steel. It's simple album, loads of nice iconic riffs, booming bass, and Eric Adams already sounds heroic. The negative thing, the production is quite rough. It doesn't take away from the magic of the songs. Highlights will be Battle Hymn and Dark Avenger. For me, it's a strong start. It's gonna go to a B tier. The following year we see the release of Into Glory Ride. It's a massive leap into atmosphere. It's slow, heavy, epic. Manowar here has actually trying to identify their sound. They came up with their whole epic metal sound. Production wise, it's better than Battle Hymns, and this album is more consistent than the previous one. Highlights will be Secret of Steel and Gates of Valhalla. For me, this is an instant classic. From Here to Eternity. The following year, 1984, we see two studio releases by Manowar. The first one is Hail to England. It's a personal favorite of mine. It's one of the few albums I can listen from start to finish without skipping a single song. This record has no fillers. The album itself, it's short, furious, raw, and highly charismatic. It's faster and less doom than Into Glory Ride. Highlights will be Bridge of Death and Blood of My Enemies. For me, that's another From Here to Eternity album. In the same year, we see the release of Sign of the Hammer. It's tighter, cleaner, still driven by the whole myth, the Manowar myth and the Bloodlust. Solid songwriting, but less dramatic than the previous two. It's a more straightforward, less epic than the previous two records. Highlights for me will be Mountains and Thor. This one is a solid A tier. 1987, we see the release of Fighting the World. This one has a glossy production, arena anthems, and more commercial tone to it. It's a lighter tone, more accessible, and a more accessible version of the band. A few filler songs here and there. Highlights will be, for me, Defender and Black Wind, Fire and Steel. For me, this one comes up to a B tier. 1988, we see the release of Kings of Metal. This is the best well-known album and cover from Manowar. This one, as I stated, it's their most iconic record. It's larger than life songs, heavy metal manifestos, and a timeless anthems. This album manages to combine the epic weight of Into Glory Ride with accessible touches of Fighting the World and the release Kings of Metal. Production wise, it's good, it's raw but not too clean. Highlights will be Kings of Metal and Hail and Kill. There's a few skippable songs here and there, but still this one comes up to an A tier. 1992, we see the release of The Triumph of Steel. Manowar here tried to do something that they haven't done before. They've released a 28-minute long song called Achilles, Agony and Ecstasy. After that song, it's over. There's still room for plenty of other banging, amazing, pure, epic metal songs. Highlights for me will be the 8 chapters of Achilles' Agony and Ecstasy and The Power of Thy Sword. For me, this is another solid A release. I tend to listen to this more than Kings of Metal, so it's a tier. 1996, we see the release of Louder Than Hell. It's a straightforward, stripped down record, riff driven, less epic, and just pure heavy metal from start to finish. The band here returns back to basics, just direct heavy metal. It doesn't have any of the complexity of Triumph of Steel. For me, highlights here will be The Gods Made Heavy Metal and the return of The Warlord. For me, this is a solid A release, but not as good as Sign of the Hammer. 2002, we see the release of Warriors of the World. It's bombastic, operatic, and patriotic. It's got huge sound. It has got the classic Manowar sound, but they started to incorporate some of the operatic and symphonic sound in here. It has got quite some filler songs here and there. Comparing this to previous releases, it's more theatrical, as I stated, and more symphonic. Highlights will be House of Death and Call to Arms. For me, this is a B tier. 2007, we see the release of Gods of War. It's a concept album dedicated to Odin. It's a huge, the sound here is very huge. It's got loads of orchestration, slow pacing songs. It just brings the whole cinematic atmosphere. Quite a lot of spoken intros, loads of filler songs. Highlights will be Sons of Odin and King of Kings. For me, this is a D tier. I don't know what to say about the cover as well. 4 dudes, 5 girls. I don't know who gets the extra girl. Anyway, moving forward. 2012, we've got The Lords of Steel. This one is the up-to-date, the last studio release of new material of Manowar. It's a return to more stripped down heavy metal. They did exactly what Louder Than Hell did, basically. Stripped down to pure heavy metal, raw production, thick riffs, and back to basics attitude. The biggest letdown here for me is the production. This one has had 2 different releases with 2 different mixes, and both production and both mixes from both albums, it's rubbish. I do listen to this quite a lot. Highlights will be Touch the Sky and Lord of Steel. Because of the production issues, I'm just going to put it on a C tier. Let's go to the re-recordings. 2010, we've got the re-recording of Battle Hymns. This one is louder, cleaner, heavier re-recording. We've got strong performances, but it lacks the magic and the raw spirit of the original. Technically, it's superior, but we're missing the whole emotional atmosphere of the original. Highlights will be Deathtone and Dark Avenger. For me, this one comes up to a C tier. The second re-recording is Kings of Metal that came out in 2014. Again, it's got better production than the original one. The sound is bigger, but it has had a smaller impact. The track listing varies from the original release, and we've got some extra countries added on the final song. Highlights here will be the performance of Heart of Steel and Hell and Kill. For me, this one comes up to a D tier. Then I'm just gonna go through a couple of EPs that Manowar released in the recent years. So 2019, we see the release of the Final Battle 1. We were meant to be getting a few other EPs or final battles, but up to this point we've only received one. This one's surprisingly strong, energetic production, good riffs, and Eric Adams sounds amazing. This one's better than most of their 2000 releases, and it just leaves you wanting more, like you want to listen more. Because this one only has 4 songs, I'm just gonna pick one highlight. For me, the highlight here is Blood and Steel. I do revisit this quite often. I'm just gonna put it on a B tier. And then finally, 2022, we've got another EP titled Highlights from the Revenge of Odysseus. This is a teaser release of a larger project that Manowar just scrapped. It's mixed with spoken passages, dramatic songs. It's very consistent. So for me, the band here took a step back and tried to recreate within spit marks the magic of Gods of War. Highlight for me will be the very average song called Immortal. For me, this is a get in the bin. Until the next time, there you have it, the whole complete Manowar discography, set from Get to the Bin all the way up to From Here to Eternity. Until the next time, stay metal.